Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ.
And we're in the room.
On those trees.
Oh, no, doors first.
Yeah. No, wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. Sorry.
You are doing the wrong
My
thing.
bad. My bad, everyone.
Say that, but then you noticed.
Good job no one's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but then that's true, actually. Yeah, nobody's watching. But if they were watching, they'd be watching as displaying the screen we're on anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd just be watching us, then a small version of us.
I mean,
interesting actually, because then there'd be a smaller version of us in that.
I was gonna say I'm going to leave it for a minute and let some podcast screen shareception happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. And we just wait a little bit longer, and then we'll get another one. Yeah, if I'm right.
Yep. Yes. And then we'll wait a little longer. We'll get another. I want to see how long it takes. Gives you an indication of the lag between the stream and what's then coming on YouTube. Yeah. Bit podcast inception, Bex. That's it. Welcome.
So what we now need is some sort of synchronized swimming style.
Wait, if I do it, no, isn't.
I think. Oh, there we go.
It's going to take forever.
It is going to take forever. That doesn't look quite as good as it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, there it is. Oh, okay.
Well, that was a bit of fun.
Anyway,
it's been great. See you next week.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. I bought a lawnmower, Ted.
Oh, wow.
Did we? And I can't remember if we
with you tonight for the show.
I have not bought it with me on the show. No.
Okay.
But so I cannot remember where. I know we had the conversation, but I don't remember whether it was on the show or not. But I had I've got a Flymo hover lawnmower, so it pushes the air down, so it then hovers over the grass.
Yep.
It was fine when I lived in like the old place in Bedford. It was absolutely fine because it was only a tiny garden, and it was okay. I lived with it, and it was cheap. But I've got a much bigger garden now, and it's a bit more bumpy than the garden at Bedford, and it's just been an absolute hassle going out to mow the lawn. So I finally bit the bullet and I bought a new lawnmower. It's still a Flymo, but it's now one with wheels and fully adjustable cutting height. I mean the hover one, you have to basically turn it upside down, unscrew it, take a spacer out or whatever. It's a real pain in the balls.
Yeah.
But this one, no, it's fully adjustable. It's on wheels, and I literally I nipped out at like 4 p.m. this afternoon to go and mow the lawn or mow the garden, and I was done in like 20 minutes. I was like, thank fuck. And it's so much easier. My back wasn't killing me. I could just zip around. It was so much. Yeah, it was a pleasure, an actual genuine pleasure to cut the grass this afternoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. That's my wicked news for today.
Because of wheels.
Yeah, because of wheels. And I think the cheap one, it's shorter, so I am leaning over more. I'm like hunched over, trying to. And if you put too much down pressure on it, obviously, which I do because I'm so tall, there's too much down pressure going on, so it just doesn't glide over the thing as it should. So yeah, just a real pain in the arse. But yeah, the wheels, lifesaver, absolute lifesaver. And I did buy a new strimmer as well because the other one was too short for me. So I bought a new one of those, which is longer. And yeah, I'm now a satisfied gardener.
Excellent.
So
that sounds dirtier than it should do. Did you have a good time last night? Yeah. You can definitely say I'm a satisfied gardener. Oh, you old rogue.
Yep.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
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 I did. I think fly. I don't have an awful lot of dealings with gardening.
Okay.
I try to avoid it. I find that gardening involves a lot of picking things up.
Yeah.
And I can't be doing all the sort of bending down. So does your lawnmower collect the grass as it goes? Has it got one of those big tubs on it?
Yeah, it's now got a big basket on the back, which does fill up just as quickly as the other one did. It's not. I don't think it's any bigger. Yeah, it's just so much easier. It's just a lot easier to, and like I say, now a pleasure. And I actually really enjoy gardening when it's easy. Because then I kind of go, well, look at the fruits of my labour. It looks really nice out here now. You know, it's no longer overgrown nonsense full of dandelions. Like I've cut all the heads off the dandelions, and the grass is very short, and it just looks neat. I like it. Yeah, I find it good. I find the same with just like cleaning in general. Yeah, I do look at it and go, oh, that's just going to be a pain, and I don't really want to do it. But then I go, but actually, it's fine. Because once I get started, I get into the flow, and then I'm fine, and then I finish, and I go, oh, well, that's it, I'm done. And then I go, but then I forgot to dust the skirting boards, so then I'll get the duster out and I'll go around all the skirting boards and dust all of those, and I'll constantly find things to do, and the next thing I know, I've wasted most of the day cleaning. But I do enjoy it. I find it quite therapeutic, especially after a long week. And ironically, it's been a short week this week because of the bank holiday, but it feels like it's been a very long week this week. So yeah, when I actually got out to do the garden, and like I said, I could just zip around and get it done, and then the strimmer is brilliant, and I loved it. Yeah.
I wonder if the days seem longer because we've got longer days. There's more daylight, and therefore there's more day that we've had to.
And I see, I like that though. I like finishing work and it still being nice and sunny and warm outside. And like I say, okay, I didn't finish at 4. I took a late lunch so I could go and do the garden. But even then, when I was done, I was just like, I just sat outside for 10 minutes when I finished work. I was like, it's sunny, it's warm, it's a pleasant day. I like that. It actually makes it feel like the work day is a bit shorter because it's sunny when you get up and it's sunny when you finish work and all that stuff. Although, I wear an eye mask to bed now as well. To try and block out some of the excess light that comes through the window. Even though I've got blackout curtains, but you always get the light bleed on the top and bottom. And that's been a problem since I moved here. So I bought an eye mask. It was a very cheap thing, which wasn't very good. And I was talking to a friend about it. So she then posted me an eye mask, which is like one of these padded ones. So it sits over and it doesn't press down on your eyes or anything like that. Yeah. I feel like it's working too well now. It does black everything out, and then when my alarm goes off at 6 a.m., I'm literally giving my alarm clock the finger and telling it to shut up so I can then go back to sleep because I'm just so comfortable and in the sleeping zone because everything is pitch black. So there you go.
Yeah, I like to have a light on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, the thing is, I think if there's a light, then I can close my eyes quite comfortably. But if it's completely pitch dark, my eyes may as well be resting open, in which case I'm looking about. Yeah.
No, I need pitch black. I need pitch darkness to sleep. Yeah. Any kind of light. Like I say, it's like I can see it through my eyelids, like the light is going through my eyelids. And I don't like it.
What I would like when it comes to sleeping apparatus is what you get these sort of headbands that have got speakers in, and you can slip that over your eyes. Yeah. I'd quite like to get one of those. I've been saying that for a while and not got one, but
I bought one for our mutual friend Romanic when I was living with him because he just started his paramedic job and needed to sleep during the day, and he was just like struggling to sleep during the day because it's so bright and so noisy. And I was like, I think it was like a $5 off Amazon, and it literally, like I say, it's just a headband goes over your eyes, and it's got a couple of little Bluetooth speakers in there. And I was like, you can just play some soft music to blank out the background noise. I think he liked it. I don't know if he still uses it. Probably doesn't. Like I say, it was only cheap. I didn't expect it to last or be of any kind of quality, but I was like, as a proof of concept, worth it for a £5.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the dullest intro to a show ever.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. If you're in the chat and you think this is bloody dull, then get in touch. Let us know what you use to help you get to sleep.
Yeah, what do you use to help you sleep? And what equipment do you use to cut your grass in the garden?
Yes, that's right. There's your two things we need to know.
Yeah.
What do you use to trim your grass, and what do you use to sleep?
So, what do you use to trim the bush and and satisfy your gardener?
That's right. And is it the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you combine two things at once? Well, I suppose you could, because you could listen to music with a headband. But do not wear an eye mask and mow the lawn at the same time.
Yeah, don't do that.
That would not go well.
So many times I've come close to running over the cord with the lawnmower, and it scares me, because one that I had, or one that again Romanic has got a separate plug.
Yeah.
So you got a little dangly plug that hangs off the top of the lawnmower, and then you plug a cord into it, and then run it to the wall. So when I ran over that one, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, stupid. I was really annoyed, mainly because I was halfway done mowing the garden, and I ran over the cord, so I couldn't finish. That's what she said. But I was like, right, straight on Amazon, ordered one for like a tenner. It was delivered the next day. I could finish the garden. Great, no problem. Flymo doesn't do that. The cord is all integrated, so if you run over it, that's it. You basically got to send it off to get repaired, where they'll take the thing apart and then replace the cord. And I'm like, scares me, man. It scares me. Especially today, brand new lawnmower, and I was like, nearly ran over the cord. I was like, holy crap, move that.
Yeah, no, I remember those. The little clip thing halfway, well, not halfway along, but nearby.
So you literally have like a foot of cord hanging off the lawnmower, and then you plug in a separate cord.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. So yes, get in touch and let us know what equipment you use in the garden and in the bedroom. So
is it the same thing? Who knows?
Is it the same thing? Should we have oh, I pressed the wrong thing now. Hang on. Bear with me.
Talk amongst yourselves, viewers and listeners.
Just having a moment there.
Yeah.
I told you I've got too many windows, too many things happening.
Yeah.
Right. Am I the arsehole?
Are you ready now? Yeah.
That's not a general question. That's what we're going to deal with next.
Okay.
Okay. So listen up. Am I the arsehole for ruining my boyfriend's family dinner by bringing my own food? Now, it's interesting, actually. We've had a few Am I the Arseholes based on family gatherings and boyfriends and girlfriends and food.
Yeah, food.
It seems to be a bit of a flashpoint for a lot of people. Right.
I see what you did there, flashpoint. When you're like cooking with a frying pan, you put oil in the thing and it all goes.
Yeah,
flashpoint.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that.
Oh, I say you didn't get it, but I got it, even though it was your okay, moving on.
There we go. We'll move on. I'm 28 years old.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have been with my boyfriend for about a year. See, it's not me. I'm 28 years old. I've been with my boyfriend for about a year. I have several food allergies: gluten, dairy, and shellfish. My boyfriend's family invited me over for a big homemade dinner. I told his mom ahead of time that I have allergies. They already know this, but I remember them. Because I've had a couple of incidents with them. But I remember them. Surely remind them. Anyway, because I've had a couple of incidents with them because of this. She said, "Don't worry, we'll have something for you."
Salad.
When I got there, everything had at least one ingredient I couldn't eat. I didn't want to make a fuss or go hungry, so I discreetly pulled out a Tupperware meal I had made at home and started eating it. My boyfriend's mum looked offended and said I was being disrespectful and that I didn't trust her cooking. Later, my boyfriend told me I embarrassed him and should have eaten around the allergens to keep the peace.
That's not how allergens work.
No, it's not.
Don't worry, I'm going to go for a walk outside, but I'm going to avoid the pollen that affects me. Not how it works.
Right. Right. There's a couple of things here. First of all, what happens if you eat gluten?
I think you just get like a really upset stomach.
Okay. Gluten is in what, like bread and stuff like that?
Bread, pasta, all sorts. Basically anything that's a combination of eggs, flour, and milk or water.
Yeah.
You get gluten.
But usually that's kind of a bready, cakey kind of thing, which could easily not be eaten.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do you want some bread with that? No, thanks. I'm a gluten person. Oh, okay. Dairy. How dairy?
Balls.
And shellfish. I don't know. Shellfish.
The problem with dairy and shellfish, more so with shellfish, is oil.
Right.
So, because it will just get everywhere. And you've got no control over it. And if you are deathly allergic to it, that's really bad. It's like, imagine, well, it's like peanuts. You know, people go mad about peanut allergies, and it's like, oh, just don't eat the peanuts then. It's like, but it's the oil in it as well.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was a kid, went on a school trip to Botswana, and one of my fellow students was really allergic to peanuts. He didn't eat any peanuts at all, but the person sitting next to him did. And we think some of the oily, dusty stuff just got over to him somehow, like his lips puffed up, and he had quite a bad reaction to it. It was really weird. But even though he's like, I didn't eat them, why would I? I'm fucking allergic to them.
Yeah.
Because someone sat next to him was eating them, he had a reaction. I assume just like through contact, like again, like oil on the fingers, touch something, then that person touched something, and then maybe wiped their face or whatever, and that was it. But I think the same applies to like shellfish. Like it could be oily or juicy in some description, and so I get that bit. And the same with dairy, if it's milk or cheese or something, you can have kind of residue. I mean, I'm assuming at this point, even if they made a salad, did they put like Parmesan cheese on there? Because that's dairy. Right.
I'm just being judgy here, but
you never.
my initial thoughts is that maybe she's a bit fussy, and I know that there are people that describe themselves as having allergies where they have preferences.
Yeah.
And also there's a difference between having an allergy where you're gonna swell up and end up in hospital and you can't breathe, and being slightly intolerant and you get the shits, or alternative, or whatever.
So
if she eats a crumpet, right, is she just going to have a case of the quickly shits, or is she going to be in hospital for a week? I suggest it's probably more likely to be the former, because apart from anything else, what there isn't is a short paragraph about there was this one time I was hospitalized because I'd eaten a prawn.
Yeah.
Right? If that was in there, then it'd be like, okay, fair enough. She's doesn't want to be there again.
Gluten allergies can lead to a range of symptoms, including digestive issues, fatigue, and skin reactions, and they require careful management through a gluten-free diet. So, yeah, okay. How do I know if I'm gluten intolerant or celiac? Is your name celiac or gluten intolerant? Pick one.
But again, in a salad, don't eat the croutons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not difficult. But the fact that there's been bread in the same bowl, that's not going to kill you.
Degree, yeah, I guess it depends on how intolerant they are, and this is the thing, is that there's no indication saying I am like severely allergic to gluten, like it will kill me if I ingest even some of it. The bit that, because I noted on that it says labelled as not the arsehole, but I'm actually going to call this person an arsehole because they took their own food regardless.
Yeah.
It's like you were expecting the food not to be good or not to be suitable, and you just took your own thing anyway. That's a dick move. Because you're basically just giving them the middle finger and saying it doesn't matter what you make. I've got my own. Yeah. Now, if you prearrange that to say I'm going to bring my own thing just in case something there is something in there that I'm allergic to or whatever, fine. But if you haven't kind of given them that heads up, and you just turned up with a fucking pre-made Tupperware bowl of food, you're just like, you might as well just gone, yeah, you're shit, you know nothing, I don't trust you, I'm just going to eat my own shit. So actually, I think this person is an arsehole. Like I say, not for the whole allergic reaction or intolerance thing, purely from the fact that they brought their own food.
Yeah. To some extent, with, some late millennials, that's not late millennial, is it?
28 is going to be Zoomer.
Right, okay. With Zoomers, late millennials, I believe that there's a tendency to, for a lot of them to have a thing. So their thing is, I'm allergic to this or I'm allergic to that. Also, to be quite fussy.
Yeah.
So I can't have this, I can't have that, I don't want that, I don't want this. And I think put those together, you can end up with people talking about allergies that they don't have.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do feel like this post would have, there was this one time I ate a prawn and died.
Yeah.
And managed to be resuscitated. And yes, like you say, it doesn't really matter what the situation is. She took stuff in Tupperware, feeling confident that they would screw up.
Yep.
Or not have what she wants.
Yep.
And that Tupperware was always going to come out.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what they gave her.
I think you're right. I do think you're right. And people. I mean, we found it when we were in the organisation. Some of those kids were so freaking fussy. Yeah. Fussy eater. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like, well, that's what you got. So when we were kids, it literally is whatever's on that plate in front of you. Unless it is actually going to kill you, you're going to eat it. That's how it works.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. There you go. No, that's a good one.
Yeah, arsehole.
That's a good one. Yeah, I think they're an arsehole, despite all the other Redditors saying not the arsehole. I disagree. That person's an arsehole.
We didn't even need the story. I mean, the title itself. Am I the arsehole for ruining my boyfriend's family dinner by bringing my own food? Yes, you don't take your own food.
Yeah, don't take your own food to a party unless they've asked you to do it. Don't take your own food to a party. Yeah, or to a dinner, family dinner. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Correction. Dinner party. Yes, you should probably turn up with something, whether that's food or drink. You should turn up with something. But if it's just a family dinner, unless you've been specifically asked to bring something, don't. Yeah, that's against the rules.
Especially if it's just for yourself.
Yeah.
In Tupperware. Just eat this and make myself the centre of attention. I mean, the fact that she used the word discreetly.
Yeah.
No, I bet you didn't.
I bet you whipped that thing out and slammed it on the table.
Yeah.
Ripped the lid off and just started shuffling like that.
Yeah. And shouting, me, 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 me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna stop assassinating that 28-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good post. I quite enjoyed that one. Speaking of good posts, you just knew it was coming, didn't you?
That was just so.
The audience didn't know what was coming.
I know.
Oh, good. Well, like I say, a post that wants to be liked and shared, and for the audio audience, it is literally a fence post with a blue sign on that says, "Please like and share this post." So that's my contribution for today.
And your contribution was to like and share it.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic, please like and subscribe. So,
yes,
and share it with your friends.
Do you know we never say that, do we?
We really don't do the call to
like,
action,
subscribe,
no.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. Tell your grandmothers, brothers, dogs, auntie, that, to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
If you really hate someone, just take their phone and subscribe anyway. Subscribe for them. It's just so they get notified when we're live, and they're like, "Who the hell are these guys?" Never know, it might work.
Yeah. Yes. Should we have another? Am I the arsehole?
Sure, because you are way more prepared today than I am. So
yeah. No.
Here we go.
Right. Here we go. This is a nice short one.
What she said.
Am I the asshole for finally calling out my flaky friend after she faked an emergency? This is a woman who's 27. I have a friend, Lena, 28, who's been flaking on me for months. Whenever I read that or hear that, I just imagine a really bad case of psoriasis.
I was going to say they got leprosy or something.
Yeah. So anyway, Lena, who's been flaking on me for months, every time we make plans like dinner, concerts, even just a coffee, she cancels last minute with some crisis, work emergency, family drama, sudden fatigue. I've been patient, but last week was the final straw. We had tickets to a show I'd been hyped for. No. Okay. She cancelled 2 hours before, texting, "So sorry, my cat is acting weird and I'm freaking out. Need to monitor him." I called bullshit. She posted her cat happily playing on Instagram 30 minutes earlier. I replied, "If you didn't want to go, you could have just said so."
Yeah.
This is the third time this month. She blew up, saying that I was heartless for doubting her and her pets get sick suddenly.
Yep.
Our mutual friends are split. Some say I was too harsh. Others agree she's been shady. Am I the arsehole for calling her out?
I think shady is the wrong description. Flaky is the right description. Have you ever flaked on anybody? I'll hold my hands up and say I have. A few times, especially during my, let's say, lowest moments in my life, where I've just gone, I just don't have the mental or social capacity to deal with people, even my best friends. I just don't want to go. I just can't. I can't bring myself to leave the house.
Yeah.
But at which point I've said so. I've just gone, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. And I flaked, But I feel like the reason was always understood.
Yeah.
It was never, oh, mum's been taken to hospital, or, oh, the cat that I don't own is acting weird. It's never been anything like that. It's always been I'm really just not feeling it. I can't do it. I just can't do it today. Well,
I mean, let's take, for example, us.
Yeah.
Every now and again, there'll be a Friday where we do not appear.
True.
And that's usually because there's either a flake on one side, a flake on the other side, or a couple of flakes.
Or there's a message that goes out just being like, "You up for tonight?" Knowing full well that the response should be, "Nah, we'll just call it." And then the response actually comes back of, yeah, I'm still good. And I'll be like, shit. Yeah. I am talking about me here. It's like, shit, yeah, okay, fine. Right, I'll be there.
Yeah, we both do it. I mean, occasionally I will send that message because I think, yeah. But sometimes you just don't have the capacity to do it.
Yeah.
And, much as this is more, I mean, it's an absolute delight. It's a pleasure. But there are days when this is just, I'd rather just be under a duvet or.
So I'd rather just be vegged on the sofa with my hand down my pants, watching some shit TV.
But like you say, at least we say, look, I can't be asked, or I'm not feeling it, or whatever it may be. We don't make up excuses or say, oh, it's my knee, or You know,
I stubbed my toe, and now I can't sit at my desk and do a podcast.
Yeah. But from the sounds of it, this woman, work emergencies, family drama, sudden fatigue. I mean, that can happen, of course, but well, all of those things can happen. But it seems like there's a pattern, and this woman is noticing patterns when it comes to Lena. I think Lena is flaky. I think Lena is. If anybody's the arsehole, maybe it's her.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's her cat. Maybe the cat is acting weird because he doesn't want Lena to go out.
I was going to say, the cat doesn't want Lena to leave, so it acts weird to make her stay.
And you know what? As a cat, finds it very difficult to have some quality time with Lena because Lena is flaky not only with her friends but also her cat.
Flaky with the cat too. I love it.
Yeah. So Lena, you're an arsehole. And the who's this? Christine Taylor, not the arsehole.
Yeah, no, not the arsehole here. I agree.
There we go.
I've got a friend who was a bit flaky. I say was. I think he still is. But it's one of those where I got to that point of being like, hey, look, I'm going to be around. You want to go out and do something? Or, we haven't met up for a while. Let's hang out. And it was be like, yeah, I'll let you know. Or I'd be like, look, because it's like, I know you're not working, so I've got the week off. I'm on a bit of a loose end. So if you want to hang out or do something, hit me up, and then nothing, like ghosted for the week. Almost like they know that as soon as they message me, I'm going to be like, oh, cool, you want to go hang out then? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, blah, blah. And then after a while, you just kind of start phasing those people out of your life. And I haven't phased this person out completely. I still talk to them on a semi-regular basis. But it's that almost a half-assed effort at this point. It's that, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah, cool, yeah. And they'll tell me what's going on in their life or not going on in their life because they don't really know what they want to do with their life. And I'm just at that point of I'm kind of given up trying to be supportive. That probably makes me the arsehole, but I'm just like, I don't have the social capacity in my battery to deal with this because, and I get it's because I'm a different person, but I genuinely, like, if my parents ever... if I was that kind of meh about life, my parents would have beat the shit out of me and made me go out and get a job. They wouldn't have cared where. Just fucking pay your rent, motherfucker. You got shit to pay for, and we don't want you living here for the rest of your life. But yeah, anyway, that's my feeling on it.
Well,
yeah,
that was quite a rant.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I didn't realize how much that was bothering me until just then.
I'm gonna ask you more about that when we're off air.
Yeah, you can probably guess who it is. You do know them.
The thing is, I tell you what, I find not that I will like what I might do is have lots of little conversations with people which are like, oh yeah, must go for a beer, right?
Yeah,
and it never happens.
So that's a rule though. When people say, "Oh, we should go and get a beer sometime,"
yeah,
that's a way of going. Okay, I'm done with this conversation. I want to leave, but I want you to feel like I'm not trying to leave. So I want to carry. But I'm never going to do that.
But I genuinely do want to go for a beer. But it just, like, life's busy and you just never get around to it. But that's quite different to making arrangements like this arsehole who made arrangements and then within 2 hours or 2 hours before cancelled them. If you say you're going to do something, do it. No, I've been there thinking, oh, I've got to go to this thing or got to meet such and such or whatever. I thought, oh, I can't be asked. But do it, and it's always better than you think, or it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. So we all have that, and sometimes you just need to go, no, sod it, I'm going, and get it done because we know from previous experience, it's usually better than you think.
Yeah.
I'm rambling now, but yes, she's an arsehole.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's that Oh, we were going to go to a concert. My question is, who paid for the tickets?
Mm.
I mean, if you paid for your own ticket and then you flake, fine, just whatever. Just tell me you don't want to go. But if I've paid for your ticket and then you flake on me, you're fucking dead to me.
Yeah.
I'm never doing anything like that for you ever again.
Flake on me once.
That's it. Shame on you. Flake on me twice. Shame on me. Flake on me 3 times. Shame on you again.
Oh, I love it. There's no explanation for the audience. But
I was
anyway,
going to say no context, so...
no. Oh, dear. Yes. Okay. And plot twist, it was the cat that paid for the concert tickets.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's from, mugging all those other cats as it goes out during the day.
That's right.
Must be.
Yeah. So yes, that was that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a case of mistaken instructions or messaging where you haven't quite understood what you're being asked to do? And then gone ahead and done, the literal thing that they've said to do.
Yeah, there's always it never quite works out as great as it does in a sitcom. But yes, I've had misunderstandings that have lasted for quite some time in the past. I'm sure you have too.
Oh, I have many times. Yeah, which then keep me awake at night 20 years later.
Yeah,
as I still think about them and go, did I really do that? What a dick. Yeah. So I'm taken back to, and I'm sure we've discussed it on the show before, the misinterpretation of a response to something or an instruction, where somebody is like a road sign, somebody has put, please can you translate this into Welsh, and then the response back is in Welsh, so they've assumed that is what they've asked to do, and then it turns out that actually what they've just been responded to with is an out-of-office auto-reply, and that's what they then put on the road sign. I think we debunked that myth some time ago, it was just a meme. There wasn't actually really anything to it. But however, I came across another example of something similar, not so much from an out-of-office or lost in translation, but someone who's just read something and then taken it very literally. And it's on a birthday cake, or a cake of some description, where a bakery has used the description for a cake a bit too literally. And the cake says, "May the Force be with us." I assume they're Star Wars fans. Joey and Anna, infinity symbol in between Joey and Anna, with also a red heart. And that's what's written on the cake. And, now they've got to eat it.
Yes, now they've got to eat it. You know what? They have to eat their own words.
They literally have to eat those words.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? It's carrot cake.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I was just about to be confused about the carrots, but of course, I bet that's a carrot cake. It doesn't look like a cake. It looks like a carrot cake.
I thought they were little orange turds.
Oh, I see. No,
they're all twisty and
they are a bit twisty for carrots, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I guess carrot cake works. Yeah.
This can quite easily happen, especially people are a bit not jobs worth, but they mind you, your job isn't to think. Your job is to take what's written on there and then put it on the cake.
So the actual the subtext on there actually says, "I suppose my sister-in-law should have gone to the bakery instead of ordering through their online function." Well, actually, I didn't read that before.
Right.
Now the game has changed. I'm no longer sympathetic because they're going to take what you've written there and throw it on the cake. Whereas if you did it yourself, printed it out and took it to the bakery and said, "That's what I want on the cake," they probably would have done it.
Yep.
As in put the infinity symbol in between Joey and Anna with also a red heart. They would have just gone, you could go, "This is the design, you do that, everything will be good," and they'd have done exactly as you instructed. Because you just wrote it on a form online, they don't know. I mean, to be fair, I don't know where this is, but maybe it was someone who does not understand English that well, and their instruction is literally whatever comes through on that form, write it on the cake.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was their, and that's their training or their brief for their job.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't actually understand the nuances of English or descriptions or, possibly. So, yeah, I thought that was quite amusing, though. I mean, I feel like it's like where you always see these gaffes on TV where, I say gaffes, they're obviously part of the bit where someone's clearly reading an auto cue, but then they read the bits they're not supposed to read. Yeah. Yes, and then there was an explosion in the Gaza Strip, cut to picture of Gaza Strip explosion or something, and it's like, you're not meant to say that. No.
Well, Joe Biden used to do that.
Yeah.
He'd carry on reading and, he'd be saying such and such, and then he'll say, say it again.
Yeah.
What do you mean, say it again? I think I'm supposed to say that last bit again. That's the danger with auto cue.
Yeah, absolutely. Bex has been in the chat saying maybe they need a better online form. Maybe they do, Bex. Maybe so. Or maybe not. But if you never try, then you'll never know.
Well, absolutely.
That's a Limp Bizkit lyric.
Printers are like this. If you're having anything professionally printed, it's your job to make sure that it's right. So you get a brief through. Do not make any assumptions that a printer is going to look at it and think, well, that's off. I'm not going to print, 160 of them.
Nope.
In full gloss, full color. No, they're gonna do it because
they're just gonna do it.
If it's wrong, they're gonna get the job again, aren't they?
That's it. They're gonna get paid regardless, because that's your fault. Yeah. Could you imagine if a printer did? I mean, they'd have to ask. I imagine sometimes some very awkward questions. It's like, did you actually mean to say this, or do you actually mean, and so the other person will be like, yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't think I could never question a customer like that. I don't think. I mean, I'd be thinking it. I'd be in my head. I'd be like, you sure that's what you want? But I wouldn't question it. I'd be like, well, that's what you gave me. So
there you go. Yeah,
you can literally have your cake and eat it.
You can indeed. Yeah. Interestingly, though, it being an online thing, you would have thought, because with a lot of stuff that you buy, and you, what do you call it? If it's, there's an inscription or something like that,
like customized,
or a picture, they
described.
usually have a screen where they show what it will look like, and it's at that point that somebody should twig. So maybe they don't have that. Maybe it was an online form, but not very sophisticated.
Yeah. What would be better, and maybe this is where I agree with Bex, they should have a better online form, is like you say, because you go to like moonpig.com and things like that. Like you say, it shows you pictures and shows you the preview. But they should do a bit where it's like, if you have an image to upload of your design idea, upload it here, and then you can do it yourself, and put your emojis in and what have you. I mean, also, assuming it's an online form, maybe it should be able to take emojis so they can actually put them in, in infinity symbol, red heart in between Joey and Anna.
That being said, that's a lot of work compared to writing. Piping out, congratulations, it's a boy, is very different to, I would like a picture of a baby being carried by a stork that is wearing Wellington boots. I mean that's very difficult. That's definite artwork compared to just writing something out.
Follow-up question: who's wearing the Wellington boots? The stork or the baby?
The stork.
Okay. Why is the stork wearing Wellington boots? It literally lives in water, right?
I do know that, but what I'm saying is it's very. If you're looking for something quite specific, that's artwork.
Yeah,
that's not just writing something down.
True, very true. Yeah. But again, in that instance, you would go into the shop with a picture of what you want and say, "This is what I want."
Yeah,
and then they'll charge you 3 times as much because it's art rather than just writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though it's not one of those, I'm going to say the person who ordered the cake is the arsehole.
Okay, yeah. just de facto, yeah. You're an arsehole, even though it's in the mildly infuriating category in Reddit. No.
That's a good category.
I think
I
that was
find
in,
lots of things mildly irritating.
yeah, I think that was in mildly infuriating, or was that
infuriating?
Yeah, or was that mildly interesting? No, I think that was mildly infuriating. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Are you ready for a lengthy one?
That's what she said.
Indeed.
Yes, I am. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. How do I tell my husband? Oh, they're 42. How do I tell my husband of 15 years I want a divorce? Now he's less of an AH. Now I'm assuming this means arsehole.
I would assume so. It could also mean attention whore.
Could be.
That'd be AW, I guess.
Yeah. It could be Arabian hotelier.
It really could.
Yeah, could be. Who knows?
It really could.
My husband and I have been married for 15 years and together for 20 years as of this month. To be honest, we've both sucked at various points in our marriage. Didn't need to know that much detail.
I was like, keep your bedroom life. Keep it in the bedroom, guys. Come
on. The first year was great. Years 2 to 6 were rough after we moved for my job, and he became unemployed and had years of on and off work. He was lazy and entitled, and I was mean and emotionally volatile. Oh, okay.
Millennials.
We fought a lot. We both handled it poorly in our early 20s. Things stabilized when he found a good job and matured a bit. Okay.
Like a good cheese.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, he's always been a bit entitled. Maybe he's entitled to be entitled. We don't know. I'll read on. Financially, I make more. I do 80% of the housework. He does his laundry. I do mine, plus sheets, towels, anything joined. He thinks he takes out the trash because he takes out the kitchen garbage, and thinks I'm reasonable for asking him. Thinks I'm unreasonable for asking him to empty the bathroom because I'm the one who uses the garbage can. Okay. Well,
okay.
I spent years planning vacations, doing all of Christmas. I'm a different religion, but I love our nieces and nephews and his parents. It's really most of the work. He does mow the lawn and snow blow. He snow blows. Excellent. But please leave it in the bedroom.
No, exactly. Keep it in the bedroom.
I help shovel snow, and that's it outside. I do maintain my car. I believe he thinks his big contributions to our relationship are tracking and managing Netflix and other shows.
I mean, that's a big job. Let's not lie. That's a big commitment.
Driving and being fun. Yeah, I mean, it's a role. Sports and ends.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Some of this happened because I was too particular and controlling, and I have a higher standard than he does, which sometimes is bad on me, sometimes bad on him. I'm controlling, he's incompetent, bad combo.
I mean, she's an arsehole at this point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. also, the use of I have higher standards.
Yeah.
You like things different.
So you do things differently.
Do things differently. That's what it is.
So it's not necessarily a higher standard. It's just a different standard.
Yeah.
To his. So
anyway,
yeah.
That's not it. Yeah, she's given us a whole wall of text.
There's more.
Yeah, I'm really coming down on his side at the moment. Probably around 2019, he started becoming rude to me. It started small, but I addressed it regularly. The most annoying part was when he blamed me for everything. The tiny example is when he couldn't find the TV remote. Where did you put the remote? The rudeness increased after his... Where did she put the remote?
It's a reasonable question. What we're not getting here is tone and context.
Yeah. The rudeness increased after his best friend died by suicide. Well, that can't have been her fault. I gave a lot of leeway and stopped pushing back on his rudeness. I told him multiple times he needed to go to therapy. After a lot of excuses, he admitted he didn't want therapy because he didn't want to do the work. I stopped asking. In 2022, I got sick. I was scared it was cancer, but all the tests came back clean. The 9th doctor I tried helped me clean up my diet, get active, start medication, and motivated change. I'm not cured or diagnosed, but I'm much better. She's not cured, but not diagnosed. I don't know. But it's a daily practice to work on my health. I'm now training for a 5K. I've stopped watching TV, and I read. During that process, I moved into the guest bedroom to get better sleep. He refused to treat his apnea and blamed me for not giving him a sleep clinic number. Okay.
2019, dude. Pick up your fucking phone.
Yeah. Actually, it's 2022 at this point.
Sorry, 2022. Yeah.
Yeah, things have moved on. Anyway, I just Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped hanging out with him because hanging out with him, I mean, you're married to him. I stopped hanging out with him because I wasn't watching TV anymore. He said no when I asked him to go for a walk, always an excuse. I ended up creating a separate life in our home. Eventually, I think he realized it and finally stopped being rude and stopped the blame. He did blame me for the remote about 2 months ago after I stopped watching TV. It's been better. It's been better for about 6 to 9 months. But once it got better, I realized he only treated me with any respect once I forced him to by removing myself from him.
At that point, before you just go on to the next bit,
yeah,
that's probably he's been talking to his friends about it, and his friends have gone, "You need to do something because she's about to walk out." You know, the separation inside the home is an indication that they're about to break up. Yeah.
Now I'm happiest when he's out of the house. I don't miss him if we're apart for a week. I'm sometimes annoyed if he's in the house because he watches TV 100% of the time he's awake. I don't want to do our normal summer plans, which are fast approaching, so I think I need to tell him ASAP that I want a divorce. I'm thinking after an upcoming trip he has next week, so I don't ruin the trip.
Just rip off the Band-Aid, dude. No, just rip off the Band-Aid. If you're going to do it, do it. He's probably already thinking you're going to do it, so just do it. And free him for that trip.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what kind of trip it might be.
Well, true. I mean, but even then, if it's a work trip, it's like, well, what difference does it make?
Well, yeah, but he might lose focus on his work trip.
The problem I've got with that...
There's never a good time, never a bad time. Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. The problem with that sentence there is never a good time to deliver that kind of news. And if you're waiting for him to get back from a trip, he'll get back and then you'll find the next thing that you have to wait for because you don't want to ruin it. And then the next thing, and then the next thing, and it'll just keep snowballing and it'll just get worse until you both end up blowing up in each other's faces, giggity, and calling it a day anyway. Yeah. And nobody wins out of that.
No. How do I start the conversation? How do I avoid getting sucked into a vortex of trying to justify, explain, convince him it's not worth saving? I don't want to work on the marriage. He's had 4 years to start therapy, alone or with me, so I'm not willing to accept this as an option. I don't hate him, but I don't really like him anymore. I'm done.
Whatever your name is, OP, just say that. Just say that. You're done with it. You don't hate. You just be like, I don't hate you, but I just don't really like you anymore. You're not the kind of person that you were 20 years ago. Yeah.
But neither is she.
Well, she's and that's the thing. Yeah. She's probably changed as well.
Oh, definitely.
But I gave this. go on.
I didn't quite understand the whatchamacallit, the title. How do I tell my husband of 15 years I want a divorce, now he's less of an arsehole?
It doesn't sound like he's less of an arsehole, does it? I mean, he's still just sitting around watching TV and ignoring her. And okay, he's not blaming her for stuff. He's not shouting or causing arguments. But
yeah, but then again, she's sort of distancing herself from him. But then again, if he's away on work, well, he's away on work trips, and it sounds like he's working quite a bit. So
yeah,
maybe the guy likes watching TV.
The thing is, if you're incompatible for that reason, surely that's where you need to be reviewing what you're doing, and you need to be reviewing your choices at that point. And I don't mean that in a rude way, like, oh, you should be thinking about your life choices because you've made a mistake. No, not at all. People grow and people change. Sometimes you just don't work with each other anymore. And I gave the same advice to a friend the other day. They were telling me about something. I was like, dude, if you're really not happy with this choice or this option, you need to say something. If you're being forced into a position because the other person really likes it, and you feel like you're being pressured because you have to do this thing, because you're running out of time, because of life reasons, that's not the reason to do it. They're buying a house. My friend and his wife are buying a house, and it's like, and they found one, and she really likes it, but he's not 100% sure. And I was just like, and I got told, he feels pressured into doing it because of life events that are coming up, and they've basically got an offer on their current house, so they feel they have to go quickly. And it's like, no, wrong reasons. If you're not happy with that, I was like, you're about to unload hundreds of thousands of pounds to buy this thing or to get this thing. You need to be happy with it 100%, or at least understand how you're going to change it and agree with your wife how you're going to change it before you make that commitment. Because all you're going to do is end up resenting her for it because she wants it and you don't. You've both got to be happy, and that's a simple thing. And the same applies here. It's if you're unhappy with the fact that he sits there watching TV all day and ignoring you and not really doing much of the housework, fucking say something then and just call it a day. Think about your own mental health. Forget about him and how it's going to affect him. As the OP, you need to be thinking about you. But I'd say the same to him as well. It's that, if he's not happy, think about you. Get out. If you're not happy with it, get out.
Yeah.
It's a very blasé way of thinking, because I'll be honest, when I find myself in these scenarios, I go through exactly the same mental processes that this person does. It's that, but what, I feel like I can, we can change, or I want to do something, I want to try and save. But even, she said it right there. I've got no interest in trying to save the relationship. Then don't. Just leave.
Yeah. Don't
procrastinate. Just get on with it. Rip the Band-Aid, get it done, because you're only going to wind yourself up by not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, as an overview, clearly she's, she's over it. She probably even got somebody else lined up. She's, it's gone. By the time they have the conversation, it's completely gone. Yep. But the thing is, it may be a complete surprise to him, may not. But in a lot of cases, it's a complete surprise.
Yep.
But anyway, and then a helpful comment from Angel 4077. Being a real angel, says, lawyer first. Don't tell him anything or agree to anything unless you have taken legal advice.
I mean, I agree and disagree. I'm going to sit nicely on the fence on this one. I do like the view from up here. It's very good. No, but seriously, yeah. I mean, you need legal representation anyway if you're going to go through a divorce. It's just up to you whether you want to talk to a lawyer first and then just slap him with papers, or actually try and talk and explain the situation and be like, look, this is why, but just so you know, I'm leaving and you're going to get some papers. I think that's the OP's choice rather than some random Redditor saying get yourself a lawyer, because I mean that feels like an extreme case. You lawyer up when the person is physically abusive, and you have nowhere else to turn. You have no idea what else to do. Then you lawyer up, and you get yourself some protection, and then you just go and slap them around the face with divorce papers. But if it's just a case of you've drifted apart, which it feels like this is what's going on, they're just drifting apart because they are different people now. I don't think you need to do that. Just be grown-ups about it and say, you know what, we've drifted apart. We're different people. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go stay with my mum for a little while, and you'll get some divorce papers through the mail soon. Just FYI. I don't think there's any need to escalate it by going, well, I've spoken to a lawyer. Here's some divorce papers, because that's only going to piss him off. Yeah. He's going to get emotional anyway if you tell him you want a divorce. That's life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I've got a lot of opinions on this one. Sorry. I don't know why. I've got a lot.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, I've got lots of opinions, many of which I've not given. But when it comes down to it, she just needs to say.
Yeah. Bex has been in the chat. Why do you think she has someone else lined up? Who said that? Did I say that?
No, I said that.
Oh, okay.
Because, well, I mean, apart from anything else, look at this great big wall of text. So this is somebody who's been thinking about this for a long time. Okay, so whether it's eating away at her or whatever it may be, obviously calling him entitled, but at the same time, feels entitled to something different herself. So, as for having somebody else on the back foot, well, why not? Why would she not?
Also, maybe she does.
Well, yeah, maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. But if she's, spending, well, let's assume this was quite recent. This was 11 days ago that this was posted, and it's been a few years. It's been a few years in the making, and I would say that probably for about a year or so, she's been thinking about, how do I actually get out of this? What do I do? How do I tell him? How do I leave?
And took to Reddit to find the answers.
To Reddit to find the answers. Yeah, it's so far gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the tell. I mean, I wish there was like, when you go on some websites now, like a little banner at the top that goes, "Oh, service outage," blah 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 blah. Maybe they should do that in Reddit and be like, public announcement. If you're coming here to ask for relationship advice, you probably already know the answer and you're just looking for validation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So don't post it here. Just go and do what you need to do.
Yeah. Or post justifying, as I say, it might be an up and coming relationship or a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might not even be a relationship. It might not be anything other than, oh, I've had some, glances from Jeff from accounts.
Jeff.
Yeah.
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 It's true though. It could be exactly that. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. I feel like just it's all our responses are purely based on what is written on there. We have no context or anything like that. But just reading that, it sounds to me like you say, she's ready to just throw in the towel, and she should just do it.
And you know what? I'm more than happy filling in the gaps and making up shit.
Giggity.
And if and if the person involved, if Smell Majestic 7355, I mean, that's a red flag.
Smell Majestic.
Yeah. So if Smell Majestic doesn't like my opinion or wants to fact check me on any part of this, they can well do so.
Fair, that might be an auto Reddit thing. My Reddit username is smartability5160.
Hmm.
I didn't choose that. Reddit chose that for me.
Right.
I didn't choose the smartability life. The smartability life chose me.
Oh, right. I see. Yes, I appear to have one as well.
Yeah. You're not gonna
Okay.
you're not gonna dox yourself though.
No.
You can change that. That's not fixed.
Yeah.
You can change that, and I will go and change mine now because not that the two people watching are not going to be stalking me on Reddit. I know that much.
I don't think I've never posted on Reddit.
No,
and I don't think I ever would.
I don't think I ever would either. I don't.
But it's like the Jeremy Kyle of the internet, isn't it?
It really is.
Certainly is with the examples that we bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially around relationship advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, should we have a bit of light relief? That's what she said. Should we have a bit of light relief and have cat of the week?
Sure. Let's have a cat of the week. Here we go.
Cat of the week.
Cat of the week. Meow meow.
Meow meow. Okay. So I mean, I'm hoping, because this was a few days ago. This was the 6th of May. And this was the BBC getting involved.
Good old BBC.
Oh, the old BBC. Still not worth the license fee.
No.
But the BBC were talking about, and this is I don't know where, Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
It's a foster appeal for a cat. He's 20 years old, which is quite old.
Very old for a cat.
Yeah, very old for a cat. Mind you, we did feature a cat of the week only a few weeks ago, who was 33.
That's true.
Yeah, it was
true.
It was his birthday.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a foster appeal for a cat 20 found at a power station. An elderly tabby cat is in need of a new home after being found as a stray at a major power station. Buzz, good name.
Great name, yeah.
Who is believed to be about 20 years old, was recently found emaciated and nearly blind and deaf at Drax Power Station near Selby. When he was discovered, he had been desperately weak and covered in matted fur and feces, which has been initially mistaken for tumours, according to the RSPCA. After being taken into the care of the Ghoul branch of the animal welfare charity, Buzz was getting stronger every day and is now looking for a long term. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense. He's looking for a long-term foster home, according to the staff. The equivalent of 96 years old in human years. Buzz is thought to be one of the oldest cats the charity has ever taken in. An RSPCA spokesman said about £500 was raised by supporters after the branch appealed for help to cover the cost of the urgent veterinary treatment, including blood tests, teeth extraction, and medication. Oh, there's old Buzz looking a bit.
He looks a bit pissed.
Worse for wear.
Looks really angry.
Yeah. Well, you would be angry, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, I'd be pissed as well. Put me back in the power station, son of a bitch. That was my house.
Georgina Petty from the RSPCA said, although his recovery hasn't been entirely smooth, Buzz's resilience and refusal to give up on life has been truly astonishing. We'd like to thank everyone who has generously given towards the appeal. His vision, although imperfect, has improved. He's gained significant weight. And his fur is growing and his wounds are healing beautifully. So that's all good. Great bit of recovery.
Good news.
And that is what he looks like now. It's like quite a nice cat.
There's a handsome chap.
That's a handsome tabby.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ghoul, the Ghoul branch. So the thing is, now I assume now, and this is what you shouldn't assume, but I'm assuming that this fine-looking cat, this was on the 6th of May.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that this fine-looking cat has now been adopted, but if it hasn't, then if you lived near Ghoul or nearby, and you want a cat, there's a cat.
There you go. Cat of the week.
Yeah. Cat of the week.
Cat of the week. Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Let's
anyway.
have a pause in chat for for old Buzz. No.
Right.
The
Chat's always paused.
Pause
Oh,
emojis.
Yeah.
Yes, chat's always paused. Bex has said, "Oh, he can live with me."
Mhm.
Well, that's Bex saying that, not me.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, head off to
Bex
Paul.
saying, he can live with CJ.
Yeah. I mean, he could. I'll be honest. I don't know how long he'd survive. I'm not an experienced cat owner.
No. Although you are near Yorkshire.
I am close to Yorkshire, so yeah. I don't know how far Gaul is though. Hang on, I'm gonna Google map it.
Yeah, because that's the important part of the story.
Yeah, 100%. Well, if it's more than an hour away, I'm not bothering. Actually, it's really not. Is it? Oh no, it's quite far. Yeah, it's quite far away.
Yeah,
it's out near near Selby, obviously. Scunthorpe.
Yeah,
kind of out that way ish, and just slightly north of Doncaster.
Yeah,
no.
Might take a while to get there. 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should drive 1 mile per hour per human year for Buzz. Let's have a look. Yeah, 56 minutes according to Google Maps for me to get there. So, a fairly simple route.
Yeah, it's less than an hour. There you go.
Yeah, well, if I go a certain route, it'll be 1 hour, 12 minutes. So, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
There we go.
To be fair, it's not a daily commute. You go and pick up the cat and bring it back and give it love.
Just go visit it every day. Hi.
Yeah.
Morning, Buzz.
Or you could phone. Just give him a buzz.
Yeah, just give him a buzz. Yeah. Good one. That's a good one.
Anyway, that was Buzz the elderly cat, and hopefully Buzz has found a home.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Interesting fact about cats. Saw this in the Express online. Cat's headbutt. Have you ever been headbutted by a cat?
Maybe.
Yeah, this is what they do. They come along and bop you on the face.
It's like it's a sign of affection or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
When they kind of boop you on the face.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But a cat expert pinpoints the real reason cats headbutt you, which I think is that's going to be the answer anyway.
Yep.
It's a sign of your good bond. If you've ever been around a cat before, you might have experienced them headbutting you. This is when they use their heads to butt into you, whether it's on your face or any other part of your body. Cats don't just do this to humans, they also do it to other cats and pets around them. But what does it actually mean? Amanda Campion, a clinical feline behaviorist with more than 30 years of experience, took to social media to explain to her 78,000 TikTok followers why cats might sometimes headbutt you. Have you ever been headbutted by a cat? She asked. She then went on to explain a cat headbutt is also called a bunt. A bunt. Oh no, that was something else.
I think she misspelt it.
Yeah, and it's what a cat will do to another cat of their social group as a bonding and greeting. It's just like a fist bump, basically.
Yeah,
but they don't have fists, do they?
No. That's why they end up like open paw slapping you around the face.
Yeah, but then again, if they're, I mean, obviously they could raise a paw, but then you're less stable than you are otherwise. Because we can fist bump. We don't, because we'd shake hands because we're normal people. But we could do a fist bump, because we're on those things at the bottom, legs, feet.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a cat, you want all four down, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I think we've all seen those videos on YouTube, like cats just being cool and like somebody will walk past their cat with their hand out and the cat will like, high five them or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I love seeing that. Like, what did you do to get your cat to do that? Yeah. And how many scratched faces did you get in the process?
Anyway, that's that.
Cool.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah, cats have some weird behaviour things. So, my other half, she's got a couple of cats. And it's like whenever we're talking on the phone, like on video call, like one of the cats is just like in her face all the time. Like literally like paws either side of her neck, trying to give her a hug or just be comfortable, or wrapping himself around her, just constantly being right
on
up.
The front or the back?
Both.
Oh, right, okay.
Not at the same time, but
No.
But it's like, it's clearly this cat is very much bonded to her. And that's how it shows love and affection, by coming and cuddling up. In my experience, cats generally avoid me unless it gets really cold. And then they'll come and lay on my lap or whatever, but don't touch it. Don't stroke it. It'll fucking have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like cats. I find cats quite endearing when they're in a good mood. When they're just being dicks, you're just like, you're just being a dick. Piss off. But then again, cats will be dicks just because it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cats for you.
Yeah.
Right, how's about an email from a school about the latest TikTok trend? Where we have an email. So the Reddit user Turbulent Pound 562 giggity. Email for my daughter's school. These kids, ellipses. Students and parents, we are aware of the TikTok trend involving students inserting small metal objects such as paper clips, push pins, pencil lead, etc. I didn't think pencils were made of lead anymore. Into the charging ports of their Chromebooks. This can result in creating sparks, electrical fires, and/or battery punctures, all of which can cause serious injury and damage. After this message, if a student chooses to participate in this inappropriate behavior, the student may be charged the replacement fee for a new Chromebook. Additionally, the student will face disciplinary action in the form of out-of-school suspension. We're asking for your support in speaking with your child about the dangers of this behaviour, as well as reinforcing the importance of treating school-issued devices with care. Now, there's two things on here that I want to talk about. Who the fuck is shoving metal things into plugs? Why would you do that? Even a USB port, it's still got charge running through it. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Well, yeah.
Oh, not vastly. I mean, it's like 5 amps. It's really next to nothing. It's like 1 point something volts at 5 amps. It's really low power. So you're unlikely to cause any permanent damage to yourself. But yeah, why the fuck would you do it?
So, yeah, but what's the trend? The TikTok trend? Well, the idea is, look at what happens if you do this.
Look, you can create sparks. Big whoop. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why people do this kind of thing. And it also really plays into my theory. I say theory. My opinion that I've had for a long time, that kids just don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about property. They don't give a shit about people. We live in this society where kids just break shit and they don't they don't care. Then again, I was the same when I was a child. You just break things and you're like, because you have no concept of the value of money. Or what money really is and how you get it. It's just because you're a child, everything's given to you. Especially nowadays in schools, have a tablet, have a Chromebook, have some electronic device, because we don't want to use paper anymore because we're trying to be sustainable. But then kids will just find something to do. Yeah, when I was a kid, it was rolling up a sheet of paper or biting off it and chewing it up and then spitting it through a straw at someone. That's what we did. Irrespective of what the paper was actually for. Or we'd make paper airplanes and throw them across the classroom because it was fun. At least there's some engineering involved in that. And,
yeah, absolutely.
This is just ridiculousness. That's the first thing anyway. Why do kids do this stupid stuff? And the second thing is, what's the point of an out-of-school suspension? And I'm hoping maybe the chat can answer this one for me as well, because when I was younger, there was always that threat of out of school suspension. Not for me, because I like to think I was a pretty good student and I was actually wanted to be there. But as far as I recall, whenever like out of school suspension was ever threatened with anybody, there was never kind of any explanation as to why it was a punishment. Like, what's the point of an out of school suspension? And I'm hoping, like, either or maybe the chat knows, why do we do that? Why do we do out of school suspension?
That if you don't behave, you're going to get a day off.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to misbehave. You're going to get a week off of school.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I'd be like, fuck yeah, 3 week off, awesome. While you fuckers are still having to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever time to go to school, I'm just going to have a lay in.
Yeah.
I'm going to play video games. That's what I thought if ever I got that. Like I say, I was never really bad in school, so it was never really a thing for me. Obviously, now I'm much older, I understand. I understand what it's for now I'm older, but nobody ever explained it to me as a child or to any of the kids in my school. Obviously, you skip school, you miss things, you then don't do as well on your exams, you don't get good grades, you don't go into uni or blah, blah, blah. It affects you longer term. But nobody ever took the time to explain that to kids when I was in school. If you get suspended, this is the repercussions. But yeah, I don't see the point in it unless somebody actually tells them why it's a punishment. Yeah. And the
I'm
long
not
term
entirely
effects
sure
of
they
it.
necessarily see it like that as a punishment. But like you say, you're kind of I don't know. I mean, it's not one of these sort of standard things. It's not like somebody who's completely unblemished record suddenly gets a timeout and they end up being at home for the day or whatever it is. That's not how it works. It's not really helpful. Bex is in the chat saying, I think the idea is that they are missing out on learning, which is not much of a deterrent these days. Also, it stays on their permanent record.
How permanent is that permanent record? I'm pretty sure I've got some things on my permanent record from school. It's not like I'm going to give that to my employer or they even know where to find it, or even where I know where to find it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, permanent record.
Permanent record.
Yeah. What a dick. He's got a thing on his permanent record. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hardly a criminal record at this point. But that's it, Bex. So it's that, okay, it goes on your permanent record. But what's the repercussions of having that on your permanent record? That's the bit that was never explained. Yes, you miss out on learning, but as we just said, it's like, if a teacher came to me one day and was just like, just go home, I'd be like, fucking sweet. See ya.
Yeah.
I'm out. You wouldn't need to tell me twice. I would have been gone. Like a fucking bolt of lightning. I was out. But no one ever explained.
A lot of children would think like that because there would be no repercussions. But for quite a few of us, the repercussion would be, if you thought that was going to be bad, having to explain when you get home why you're not going to school the next day. That's going to go down pretty badly. So there's your punishment. The punishment is the process, and the process is you've got to go through telling your parents that you're excluded for a day. That's where the problem is.
If that happened to me, yes, absolutely, I'd have been clipped around the ear multiple times, and told to buck my ideas up. However, I mean, maybe not in this particular scenario with the TikTok thing, because that's just kids being kids and being dumb about stuff. But like when you are a repeat offender in school to the point that you get suspended multiple times, I feel like the going home and telling your parents is less of a punishment because the parents are just like, meh, whatever.
Yeah. There's
clearly no discipline at home or anything to discourage that kind of behavior, no matter where they are. As I say, and Bex, you say it stays on their permanent record. They miss out on learning, but when I was in school, nobody said what the repercussions of that was. And like I say, now I understand. Now I'm, in my late 30s. I'm like, okay, miss out on learning. you don't get good grades. Don't get good grades. You don't get to go to sixth form. You don't get to go to university. You don't get you don't get to follow your career path that you may want to set out for yourself if that actually happens. So, yeah, it feels obvious to me now. Back then, 25 years ago, nope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have batted an eyelid. Right.
Yeah.
See ya. Thanks. Thanks for the day off.
But a lot of that stuff is perceived anyway, isn't it? I mean, you can go to. Oh, here we go. We got a bit more. Well, no, actually, let's go with my ramblings first before we go. Back
You do that.
Yeah. So it's all very well saying it's going to affect you in future years, but things aren't quite the way that they used to be. If you want to go to university, but you've got something bad on your permanent record or whatever it may be, or you've done pretty badly in your GCSEs, it's like, okay, fine, you've got a reading age of 6, but you can still get onto a university course to do, gender and basket weaving studies, and this is not necessarily going to hold you back.
No,
completely. Beck says the permanent record can be shared with colleges and universities. Also, attendance is a legal record. If a student is suspended multiple times, their attendance drops a lot. It might be questioned. Well, that's fair to say. Although, having said that, if their attendance is low and they because you can get fined if your attendance is low. Well, the parents can get fined.
Yeah, parents get fines, yeah.
But if the school's told them not to turn up, well, it's back on the school then, isn't it?
Again, the whole concept of fines and things didn't come in till long after I left school.
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't a thing back then. And I know we're talking about now. Yes, there are fines and that other thing now. But again, if the school has told you to go home, if the school has gone, well, you're suspended for a couple of days or suspended for a week or whatever, does the parent still get fined? Because it's the school that decided that, not the child or the parent. Maybe now, right, here you go. Right, okay, now conspiracy time. Maybe the parents could be like, yeah, you just do that, get yourself suspended for a week. Make sure it happens on Friday, and they suspend you for a week because we're going to the Bahamas. Out of school, out of school holiday time where it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And then we don't get fined because they're the ones that send you home.
Yeah.
Fucking see, I'll be a great parent. I'm a genius.
Yeah. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I've solved it. Solved the mystery.
Yeah. Oh, but the permanent record.
Yeah,
that's going to ruin their future completely because of that permanent record. Yeah. I think that if somebody gets excluded at school for, whatever it may be, and then spends the next day or the next few days at home and probably gets a bit of a bollocking at home, I don't think that's going to show up on a DBS in 20 years' time. I really don't.
I just thought of, right, so when I left school, I got a nice red binder called the National Record of Achievement.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to know how many times that National Record of Achievement was actually useful to me in the real world?
Yes, go on.
Exactly 0 times. Every job interview I went for after I left school, no one cared. I was like, I brought my Record of Achievement with me, and it will show you my GCSEs and my A levels and my attendance record. No one gave a shit. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, okay, cool, thanks. No one gave a shit.
No.
Fucking Record of Achievement. What a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think I binned mine literally after like the first year. I just got rid of it because I was like, no one gives a shit about this.
No, it's like turning up to a job interview with your Bronze DV award.
That was it. Right, so you say that. Okay, in my Record of Achievement, I did put in my first class cadet collar certificate, my leading cadet certificate, my senior cadet certificate. For all these things that I'd done, I put in, because I got a little, I've actually still got it, a little gold medal, for collecting the most money on the Wings Appeal one year. And I was dead proud of it. I was so happy I got it. Because I was like, I genuinely felt like I achieved something. So I put the certificate and the medal in my record of achievement. And guess how many people were interested in it? None. No one cared. But I put everything in there. I was like, everything I was proud of in terms of certifications, or like I say, achievements, whether it was in school or in Air Cadets or outside of both. I put it in there because I was like, this is fucking awesome. You know, I want to shout about it. And then no one gave a shit. And I think that's where my attitude towards self-promotion took the dive. Because I don't like self-promoting. I don't like promoting myself. I really don't. Anyone who's ever watched me on YouTube or listened to me on here probably realize I'm just not, you know, I have YouTube channels. I do nothing with them because I don't want to promote myself like that because I feel like no one cares. Yeah. Genuinely, I put stuff on YouTube. It gets a handful of views and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, all right, no worries. But then I'm not going to sit there shouting about it to people because I don't think anyone actually really cares. Which is why I also struggle in job interviews. I really struggle in job interviews because that's your opportunity to promote yourself and talk about it and tell everyone how awesome you are. Yep. I'm just like, I truly feel like no one cares. So I just don't. And I, you know, work my way through the job interview, just answering questions and trying to be a bit, you know, storyteller-ish about stuff. But even then, I'm just like, you know, I don't understand the context in which you're asking me this. I know I'm supposed to tell you how awesome I am at the thing you've just asked a question about, but I don't feel like I am. Because no one ever mentions it. So, yeah, it's a very odd thing. But yeah, the whole... also, Bex just been in. I didn't put a single thing in my record of achievement. That's it. But how many times when you left school, Bex, when somebody asked you, did anybody ever ask you to see your record of achievement? I'm going to guess they didn't. I don't know about you, Ted. Did you have a record of achievement when you left school?
No, I don't think so.
No, or maybe it was a thing that came in for millennials.
Maybe it came in afterwards. No, but I mean, there are benefits to, you know, to doing certain things, and you know, when you're just leaving school or going from school to college or whatever it may be, like that next step, then you know there will be certain things that can make you stand out against others. So, like you say, doing things with cadets or whatever it may be, that's something that maybe somebody else doesn't have. But equally, there are other things that might be a lot less involved. It might be, oh, I did some extra work experience, or I got in touch with this company and, you know, offered to, you know, work during the summer holidays or whatever it may be. Those sorts of things that make people stand out. It's not going to be some, you know, government idea where they say, oh, hey, kids, why don't you... It's just... It never works out that way because nobody really cares that much.
I think I understand the idea, which really was for people who have just left school, who may not have gone to sixth form. You know, they need something to kind of show prospective employers or something. So we're like, yeah, this may be a good idea, but yeah, realistically, the prospective employers just didn't care about it. They were more interested in who you know, when you just left school, it's not like you're going into, you know, you're not applying for senior management positions where you really do have to sell yourself and your skills and show that you are capable and all that. You're going in for a customer service job or fucking to work in McDonald's or something. You know, my first job when I left school was working in Morrison's behind the cooked chicken counter. You know, they didn't care about my record of achievement. And it's that, yeah, there you go. Bex said they didn't. No one cared. So there you go. Or nobody wanted to see it. Yeah, no one cared about that. And I generally think in that kind of scenario, you know, oh, you're going to go off and be a labourer on a building site and you're going to work your way up. And actually, give it 10 years, you're going to be making some handsome cash working on a building site. You know, and no one tells you that. And that's a problem with our education system at the moment. It's all geared towards everyone needs to learn science, maths, technology, all these things where basically you're going to end up going off to university to do something with it. No one cares about, you know, the arts, really. but no one, and also no one really cares about, the unskilled trade or just trades in general. It's all about you've got to study physics. You've got to study maths. It's like if I'd have known when I was starting secondary school that I could make fat cash from being a labourer on a building site, like today, or being a roofer. So like, my last company I worked for was a roofing company. I was still working IT, but I wasn't a roofer or anything. But they were bringing in kids, like school leavers, and they were paying them 80 quid a day. Now, if I'm 18, 19, and someone's offering to pay me 80 quid a day to, lug some tiles around and hammer them into a roof, I'd have been all over that shit.
Yeah.
You get to be outside, you get to do exercise, you don't really have any stress, you're not sitting there making decisions, you're not dealing with shitty customers, you're not just sat there answering the phone or cold calling people. You're literally there, you turn up on site, you do what you got to do, and then you piss off when the sun goes down. If somebody had said to me you can make 80 quid a day doing that, I'd have bitten their arm off. But no one said that was a thing when I was in school. It was all about, no, you need to be doing maths, you need to be doing English. You need to learn all this stuff so you can go off and get a good job.
Yep. Meanwhile, spending 3 years, collecting, goodness knows how much debt, which is the situation now. Whereas they could be, as you say, on a building site or something similar, actually earning money.
Yeah.
Actually getting, some experience.
So when I lived with my parents, the guy next door was a self-employed P&D, painter and decorator. He was the same age as my oldest brother. Now, considering I moved out of my parents' house when I was 21, my oldest brother would have been 25, 26. And I'm like, this guy is self-employed at 26 years old, or at least owns his own business. He's got his own van, and literally he's just going around painting walls, and he's making fat cash doing it. I'm like, no one told me this was a thing. I wouldn't have bothered with sixth form. I wouldn't have bothered going to get my A-levels. I'd have gone to community college, as they call it in the States, but was just college as we call it here, and I'd have gone and got vocational qualifications. I'd have gone to learn to be a painter and decorator, or I'd have gone and learned to be a bricklayer, or would have gone and learned to be a mechanic. When you get really skilled, so one of our mutual friends, his friend, used to work for Volkswagen. Apparently, he made some fat cash working for Volkswagen because of how skilled he was at repairing vehicles. To the point that he lives mortgage free, completely debt free. And it's just like, and again, the guy's like, early 30s. And I'm like, I chose the wrong path. I chose poorly because I was told in school that, you have to study all this crap. There's been fuck all use to me since I left school. The only thing that's actually been of any kind of use was the IT classes, just learning about computers, because I figured actually I quite like them. And I'm, they're clearly quite good. And then I just ended up falling into a career in IT where I went, actually, I'm pretty good at this. At least that's what I thought at the time. And that's where my career's gone. But again, if school was a bit more, and I guess there's an argument there about the 11 plus. The 11 plus? Where it was like an exam or something where it decided whether you were going academic or vocational.
Pretty much.
More or less, yeah. Bit. That's a very simplified explanation. Something like that would have been great, because if I could have, but then again, I probably would have done it, and they'd have been like, "Yeah, you're going academic," because I felt like I did pretty good in school. I understood what was being taught me. But again, it's that I can learn physics by building a house. I'll understand weight distribution and moments and forces and all that. I'd have figured all that shit out. Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, nothing's changed. It's all still geared around you have to do science, maths, English, and then do some other, like fucking geography. I did GCSE geography, and that has been the most useless GCSE ever. Oh, great, there's some clouds. Also, what have clouds and rain got to do with geography? That's meteorology. I mean, maybe that's the basis for going into meteorology. Sorry, I'm on a rant now. Apologies. But it's just, oh God. Yeah, I don't. The system is completely broken, and actually, it's as I've gotten older. Like I say, I'm in my late 30s now, and I think to myself, I'm really getting into this creative stuff. Like I say, I'm doing my Open University course in design and innovation, and I am loving the freedom of creativity in the whole thing. It is so much fun and so good. I really, really wish we did more of that in school, because I reckon that's where I would have found my niche. I'm not an artist, not by any stretch. And yes, when we did art class at school, my drawings were terrible. But again, with the right guidance and the right teachers, it could have been something. We could have developed further than that, from like, okay, well, you just painted a bunch of oranges in a bowl. Now we're going to teach you how to draw cartoons. Now we're going to teach you how to make a storyboard. Now we're going to teach you the creative process. We're going to teach you how to, come up with an idea, frame it, generate ideas, draw storyboards, start developing solutions or developing something out of it. And I mean, that would have been way better for me than GCSE music. Don't get me wrong, I love music, and I actually enjoyed the GCSE music class, and that was the best class. That was my best grade when I came out of school. But again, it's been useless to me since. Unless I did A-level music, which I didn't want to do. No, that's a lie. I wanted to do it. My parents didn't want me to do it. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Rant over, everyone. Bex has been hot in the chat while I've been ranting there. I've completely ignored her.
It was a bit of a rant, but you know what? I don't know. I mean, I'm a bit torn, because that's what she said. I see that there are definitely benefits in some of those basic, not skills, but basic knowledge. I think, that's helpful, because it allows people to have a basis to then go and do different things. And you're always going to have to be able to read and write and do maths to a certain standard, whether or not you're going to be counting bricks and using set squares and square. Not to go into lots of masonry, but there's all of that. Even if you're going to be a builder, what about tax? What about learning to run your own business?
Real world skills
that would be really useful in school, but maybe they're not. They're not covered in any detail at all. Because why would there be? Because that's not what people are encouraged to do. It's always the same, which is you go to university, you get a good job, you get a job, you get a job. Nobody ever talks about being self-employed, because that's outside of what most of the people who are doing the teaching actually think. So
it's outside of norm.
Outside of the norm. So you got the people who devise these things. Whether you've got civil servants who obviously work for somebody else, and couldn't possibly imagine anything other. Then you've got teachers who are obviously employed. Now, they're not necessarily thinking out of the box. They're not thinking that they would probably not see it as an achievement if half their class went off to be self-employed painter and decorators.
Actually, I really wanted to do when I was in school. I wanted to be a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Because they get fat cash as well.
Right.
Because they're self-employed. Or at least they were. Maybe it's all umbrella or agent. Well, I guess some of them went through an agency, but I think some of them are self-employed. And they literally just be like calling up schools every morning going, do you need someone? Do you need someone? Do you need someone? And we had some great substitute teachers when I was in school. And they were driving nice cars and they wore nice suits, and clearly they're making fat cash. Like I said, the real world skills. As I've grown up, I was I was taught how to count money. I was taught what money was. I was taught if you have £1 and you buy something for 50p, you then get 50p change. That was okay. What they didn't do was go, but instead of buying that one thing for 50p and getting 50p change, why don't you put that pound into a savings account that earns you compounding interest?
Mm.
And then after a year, if you put that £1, let's say you get £1 a week allowance, because allowances were a lot less back then. So your £1 a week allowance, you put that into your bank account. Don't spend it. Put it away. Look after it, and then it will look after you. And with let's take a nice round number, a 5% APR. Well, after a year, you're going to have £52 in there. But then you're also going to have 5% every month on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So your £52 that you've put in there suddenly becomes £62, for example. I know that's not what it is. That would have been way more useful to me than here's how to count money.
Yeah, but what also would be useful is now we're going to tell you about stocks and shares.
Yep.
We're going to tell you how that works.
Yep. Talk
We're
about
going to tell you
investments.
how business works, how businesses make money.
Yep.
What the difference between turnover and profit, and how all of this actually works.
Yep. We'll tell you how much it costs to employ somebody, or the basic calculations. So when you go. When you go asking for that pay rise, you actually then understand how much that actually costs your business.
Yeah, how tax works.
Yeah.
How doing your own taxes works.
Mm-hmm. And how you can game the system.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that stuff.
So,
but again, it's just not there because it's not part of the culture. Because the culture is right. Okay, we're going to make you good employees.
Yep.
For somewhere or other.
Yeah.
Some of you are going to work in supermarkets. Some of you are going to work in factories. Some of you are going to go into the professions. And anybody who does anything different will just look down our noses at you.
Yep.
Because you're not in a secure situation.
And that was it. So, and I was going to say, my other half is American. She lives in America, and she was telling me we had this discussion. Must have been about a year ago. And she said to me that what they have or had, I don't know if they still do it, but they had a civics class, which was exactly all of that. It teaches you about how to do your taxes, teaches you about interest and savings and investments and business, and all these. But it was an elective class, and you didn't have to do it. It was one of those classes where you just kind of go in to get the credit to pass, or whatever, to get your grades up. But she said she actually found it really, really useful to come away knowing how to do, to leave school going, well, I know how to do my taxes now. I don't have to pay for an accountant. Because that's the other thing. Obviously, I think we all know out there, everyone files their own taxes and things like that. But most, or a lot of people have to hire an accountant to help them. Because it's so confusing, and it is confusing. I mean, I remember doing my own taxes when I was self-employed here, and it's fucking confusing. Thank God I had an accountant that I could claim as a tax break. But it was only through a series of conversations with them and with other people that were self-employed at the same time that I knew, explaining this stuff to me, that I learned. Whereas if somebody told me all of that when I was in school, when I was in sixth form, we had a class that everyone had to do called General Studies.
Yeah.
And it was like social, political, whatever. But again, no one went into, these are taxes. This is how it works. This is what you pay. This is where the money goes, etc., etc. This is how, and again, going into some more of those life skills. It was just we're going to look at the current political climate. Okay. If I have to.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm 16, 17. I'm like, I can't vote, so what's the point?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. But also, if you're being told where the money goes, you'd be like, oh my God, that's where it goes?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. You'd be coming out of school dead against the system, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I'd go cash in hand everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Tax is theft, after all.
Yeah. I feel like Bex needs some love.
Been here with lots of stuff.
Yeah, well, Bex needs some love in the chat. So let me scroll back through. Right, permanent record, check. Record of achievement, didn't do a single thing. Yep, check. They didn't care, check. Right, so going back to the suspension thing, it also teaches kids how to behave and that there are consequences to their actions and that they can't just get away with shit in the real world. Yeah. If that lesson is explained to them. Because again, my experience when I was in school, if a child was bad, they were suspended. That was it. They just went home. No one then ever took the time to go, right, the reason you're suspended is because of bad behaviour, and now the repercussions of your bad behaviour or being suspended is X, and following that chain.
The most common thing you see people being suspended for, and this usually happens at the beginning of any school year, or the beginning after a long half term or whatever it may be, which is when they go to school with a stupid haircut or too much of something, or the wrong bit of uniform or whatever it may be, and they get suspended until they sort themselves out. And then the consequences are that your mother, who looks like she's broken all the rules for her entire life, then drags you onto the news or into the papers to complain about the terrible school that doesn't like Mohicans or whatever it may be, the haircut, not the people.
But even if it has no future impact, there are lessons learned, hopefully, and that's it, hopefully. Right, there are lots of careers advisors who work in schools now. They explore all available options for each student, whether that is academic, vocational, or apprenticeships. We had a careers advisor, and what they did is they plonked me down in front of a computer and said, answer all these questions. And then in the end, it churns out a result, and it told me I should be a firefighter. It turns out that it told about 50% of my school that they needed to be firefighters, primarily because there was a shortage of firefighters. And that's I'll say hand on heart fact. I can't prove that, but that's actually what happened. Most of us got firefighter. And, through some talking to teachers and the careers advisors, they just go, yeah, because there's not enough firefighters at the moment. And, I think there's just a bit of I feel like the system was biased in some way. It's probably different now. But that was definitely what it was like when I was in school. So that's that. Then there is also a certain expectation that parents are teaching these basic skills to their children. Yeah, an expectation. Is it happening? I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't hang around with parents. I don't know. That's my honest answer. I can't. I'd love to say yes, that's the expectation. That is what most good parents do.
Yep.
But I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's me falling into the media hype of it, of, what do they call it? Helicopter parenting? I don't know what that actually means. I've just heard it a couple of times recently and gone, oh, that sounds like a...
Just say it.
I'm just going to say that and see if it sticks. But it's like, I don't want to deal with my kids. Here, take my iPhone and watch something on Netflix or play a game or something. There's like no real interaction there, and so I feel like social skills are suffering because of it.
Right. Well, I mean, helicopter parenting is when it's basically the parenting equivalent of micromanaging. So you're basically into absolutely everything.
Why call it that? Just call it micromanagement.
Because you're kind of hovering over,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
which makes more sense in the business sense as well, doesn't it? Because micromanaging is like, well, that's just using it's just using a stupid term, which I suppose is very, very corporate, isn't it?
I actually kind of like that. That description makes sense because it sits nicely alongside. You'll get a helicopter manager, or you could also get a seagull manager. Those who don't know,
looks on you from above and then shits on you.
It swoops in, making a lot of noise, takes a shit on you, and then fucks off again. That's a seagull manager. I had a few of those in my early career. Literally, managers will just come running into the office squawking, or into the call center squawking, dump a load of shit on you, and then fuck off again. And you're like, okay, thank you.
Yep.
Needless to say, I didn't last long there. I left as soon as I could. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So not helicopter parenting, but there's a proper term for it where some parents I'm not saying it's all, and I'm not even saying it's a majority, but there is a good number of parents, I believe, that will just, to keep their kids quiet and out of the way, will just throw a tablet in front of them and let them play games. Rather than, like, when I was a kid, it was, well, let's have family time, let's go out somewhere. And yeah, okay, you know what? When I was a kid, I hated it. I hated being dragged to reenactments or being dragged into town to go shopping or being dragged to the supermarket. I hated it. But that was quality time with my family. Looking back, 2020 hindsight and all that, that was quality time with my family. And I think if my parents just went, we're going into town, there's a TV, entertain yourself, I wouldn't have had any of those experiences, and I definitely wouldn't be the person I am today. So there's something to be said for that. But like I say, I'm not saying that that's all parents that do that. I do feel like the majority of parents are quite in tune with that sort of parenting style, and specifically don't use it. My brother, I'll use him as the example because that's the one that's closest to me that I've seen. My niece didn't get a phone until she was 10 years old, and even then it's because she goes out for activities, and it is that age-old excuse of we need a way to contact. And I think actually, in 2025, there's she's not 10 anymore, by the way, but nowadays in the 2020s, yes, it is very convenient. It is nice to have, and if you can afford it, great. Or if it's something you feel is beneficial, then awesome. Again, we didn't have that when we were kids. We were literally thrown out the front door and not told not to come back until sunset. But also stay within earshot of the house.
But it's also things that didn't exist. So it was never a thought that anybody would have a mobile phone because they didn't exist.
Precisely.
We didn't have any phones at school. Why would we?
Yeah,
phone's the thing that's attached to a bloody wall.
Exactly. So you needed something. You had a few coins on you in your pocket. You went to a payphone, or if you didn't have that, you knew the reverse dial number.
Yeah. Also, for quite a while, even if you did have a mobile phone, what are you going to do on it? Play Snake?
Yes.
And that was pretty much it.
Hey, shut up. Snake was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Snake was that was the shit. Snake was the shit, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's this last one from Bex? Business and tax. Students choose their GCSE options after learning about what each one is. If they choose particular subjects, they will cover things like that. Business and economics are options. Okay. So again, when I was in school, that was not a thing. Business and like I say, when I did my A levels, we had to do general studies, which coincidentally I failed because I didn't give a shit about politics. I didn't give a shit about current affairs. I just, I was, between the ages of 16 and 18, I just wanted to hang out with the girls. That was the only reason I stayed. We didn't have that then. Okay, so now if that's actually a thing, and that's a mainstream thing, then cool. That's good. That's good news.
But again, it's an option. So,
but it's also
great.
an option, yeah.
But but as an optional thing, fine. But again, you might not necessarily think that it's for you. You might think, well, I don't want to learn about business, but not quite understand how important that is. Because business is everything. It's like politics. You might not be interested in politics, but politics is interested in you. It's the same with business and economics. This is going to be very important to you on a level that perhaps doesn't need to be a GCSE, but it could be something that's factored into, like you say, like general studies or what did you say, citizenship or whatever it was. What did you say?
Civics.
Civics. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beck said, did anyone pass? General studies didn't even count. Right? General studies that's the class I'm going to bail on. Yeah. General studies.
That sounds a bit like the army catering corps.
Yeah.
It's the hardest course. Nobody's passed it yet.
Yeah. So yeah, because you know what, you talk about politics. Well, and I've said politics. I didn't care about politics, but again, I do feel that to a degree, because there was also a lack of anyone taking the time to explain politics to me. And again, it's one of those things. As I've grown and gotten older, I'm starting to become a bit more interested in politics because I'm seeing the very real effects of politics. Increased cost of living, winter fuel allowance being reduced. I mean, okay, that doesn't affect me, but it affects people that I know. And things like that. When people, and we've discussed it, things a few times, and it's like, what's the government done this time? But actually, now, and actually, with my job, because of some of the sectors that we work in, like oil and gas and renewable energy and things like that, politics has a very real effect on some of the businesses that we work with, which then has effects on profitability, has effects on, which could then affect my pay rise, or if I get a bonus, or things like that. Whereas, 20 years ago, if, in general studies, if they said, right, politics may be fucking boring, but here's some very real effects of politics, and this is why you should be interested. And then maybe I might actually get off my fat ass and go and vote.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And it's not even it doesn't even have to be on a national level. People complain and go, oh, there's potholes. Well, yeah, there's potholes. Who fixes potholes? Well, councillors are supposed to fix potholes. And every wherever you live, there's a council. There's a council, there's a county council, and there's a parish council. There's a local MP. Yeah,
parishes, boroughs, districts. Counties. There's all sorts going on,
and they're all doing things. And most of them are doing things really badly. And you need to be aware of that. You need to know why they're doing it, why they're doing it badly. That's the only way that you can actually get anything changed or anything done, a little bit better. Otherwise, you're just going to end up still having what you'd had before. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Bex is back in the chat saying, "Don't forget, it's the government who decide what's taught in schools. We just deliver it." And that's the thing. I mean, government. I think I said civil servants, which is more or less the same thing because they just continue doing what they want to do anyway, don't they? Doesn't matter who the ministers are.
Precisely.
Yeah. So they're always thinking to themselves, well, there's two types of people. There's people who work in public service, and then there's awful capitalists, and there's nothing in between. But either one of those goes and does a job, and then you've got the lawless types. The people who go off and start their own businesses, who are outside of the realms of normal, decent, polite society. And we need to, do everything we possibly can to tax them harder, especially if they earn anything.
Yeah, right. Anyway, that was a nice 25 minutes of complaining about schools and the government.
Yes.
So, you got anything else for us today?
Nothing.
No, good. Right, let's call it. It's gone 11 o'clock. It's past my bedtime.
Oh, well, there you go then. Yeah. Right. On that note, right, if you enjoyed this rant, if you disagree with anything that was said, if you agree, would rather like to hear that as well. Yeah. You can get in the comments, let us know. As we talked about before, share, subscribe, and do all that sort of thing.
Yep. Share it with politicians.
Yes.
Especially today's episode.
Yeah. And you can also DM. You can DM the show. You can DM me at Ted James Media, or you could also email the show at
CJ and Ted at thetuesdayshow.co.uk.
That's the one. Until next week, next Friday. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening to my rant. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.